get some light. Oh, it's so cold. Winter has come to Norway, to Oslo. That's why it's only one thing to do. We have to go to Spain.
Hello YouTube, and welcome to the very first video of my channel. Today I'll be taking you on a journey from the icy winter in Norway to the sunny beaches of the Canary Islands. Alongside me is my girlfriend, and we'll start off by driving our car to Oslo Airport.
For any travel, we need to fuel up a little bit. Of course, we went to the Golden Arches. As you can see, it's very snowy. It's very cold. There's a reason why Norwegians go to Spain in winter. We need to escape this. We actually have a saying. It's called winter depression. And it's because it's dark all the time like this. And even though we have the snow lighting up a little bit, it do take time before the blue skies come out. So, airport, here we come.
I see I didn't mention we're actually going to Fuerteventura today, in Spain. And if you have a photographic memory, or just pay really good attention to detail, you might notice there was no flight to Fuerteventura or any of the Canary Islands on the departures board I showed. As there are only one weekly charter flight to the island, we are flying to Malaga this evening to spend the night at the in-laws who lives there. Then we'll continue tomorrow with Vueling from Malaga to Fuerteventura. And before we leave the country, here are some of the nicest treats you can treat yourself to at the airport here in Oslo. This evening's flight is with Norwegian on their 737-800, which you can see parked here completely covered in snow. The flight time should be around 4 hours, which means we'll arrive just after midnight if everything goes to plan. During the short time we've spent at the airport, it has started snowing heavily and everything is now completely covered in snow. So despite it looking like winter wonderland, I can already tell you that we will not depart on time. It has now been over 2 hours stuck at the gate before we finally were able to push back. I think I'll let the captain explain a little bit more.
Ladies and gentlemen of the flight, just to update you, we are departing. Just to let you know, the engineers came on board, reset the computer, and now all is well. So we now make our way to the de-icing pad, and then shortly, hopefully, depart. Thank you very much for your patience. It is greatly appreciated.
So as you heard the captain mentioning there was a technical issue in addition to us waiting for the ground staff to clear the runways of snow. I think in total there were around 15 planes in the sky that needed clearance to land before anyone could take off from Oslo Airport that evening. And if that wasn't enough, we also had to stop by the de-ice bay, as we can't take off with snow and ice covering the wings and fuselage. Therefore, chemicals has to be sprayed on the aircraft for the snow to be removed. This is very common in Norway during the winters and usually takes around 5 minutes because it's usually just some frost on the wings that is supposed to be removed. However, we ended up sitting there for another 15 minutes in order to clear all the snow and ice to make a safe departure out of Oslo airport. But there's no reason to complain really. If this was out of an airport somewhere else in Europe, the risk of it being cancelled would be way higher than from Oslo. Having a flight the next day with another airline makes it a bit more complicated. But even with the snow and the delays, I was never really worried about not making it tonight. Also, having the privilege to enjoy the magic of flying and going on vacation will always make me humble. And in this pitch black, icy, snowy Norwegian winter night, we're finally ready for takeoff. Norwegian has equipped the majority of their fleet with Wi-Fi. And even though the footage is a bit blurry, unfortunately, I was able to connect with ease. You can then select different packages, but you will get 15 minutes of free surfing, which is what I chose. The flight map and time to your destination is available for free at all times. And finally, we landed at Malaga airport almost 3 hours delayed, and it's now 3 o'clock in the morning, or night, depends on who you'd ask.
This is Spain, this is Costa del Sol.
And just like that, we're back flying again. This time boarding a rather empty Vueling flight from Malaga, bound for Fuerteventura. There was no in-flight entertainment on this flight, neither Wi-Fi nor a magazine. So I turned to the best in-flight entertainment there is, looking outside the window. Also, the Spanish domestic market is one of the last ones to get rid of the mask mandate. Can't say anything else that I'm not a fan. As it turned out, the empty flight made quite fun filming, jumping from one side of the plane to the other. Also, flying from the south of mainland Spain towards the Canary Islands, you get to see Europe on one side and Africa on the other. Which you can see here is Morocco first, and then on the other side is mainland Spain, with some of the most beautiful beaches in the whole of Europe. That is of course only in summer and not in winter like now. Compared to the flight the day before, this was merely 1.5 hours, which felt like a bus commute to work in comparison. Also, what a relief to get that mask off and breathe in some fresh Canary Island air here in the jet bridge. One crucial thing you need is a rental car at this island. We're going with Gold Car, as they have the option to collect the keys without having to stand in a long line. It's just a few euros extra a day, and it also includes an extra insurance that makes them not even look at your car for damage when handing it in. As you can see, here is the machine, and behind it is the long line for the manual queue. Gold Car, keen go, thank you very much. But then we actually had to find the car, which turned out to be harder than expected, even with my self-proclaimed good sense of direction. But it turned out, as with every other parking lot, this is a maze. We ended up finding the car, a small Citroen C3, quite dirty from all the sands on the island, but heck, it works for us, it's only a week. And of course, as with most rental cars at the Canary Islands, these are manual transmission, and it's always fun to get behind a new car and forgotten how to actually drive, especially when you're in Norway and we got so used to electric cars here. Driving at this island is amazing. The scenery is so unique, and when the sun is shining like it is here, then it's just pure joy. Also, make sure that you put on some reggaeton on the radio to get in the mood. And finally, we made it to our hotel, where we walked up the stairs to room 4205 at this inside Melia Fuerteventura hotel, which I will review in a later video at this channel. Thank you for joining me on my very first video here on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed it.